So I was headed down the road and I was going to a Mustang car show that was actually about 5 hours away. And we were visiting family, and we left the family's house where we had stayed the night to go up a canyon to a nice place where they have an annual car show, and it's a Mustang show. And as we were heading down the road, I saw through, this boat and truck. As we went by, I just glanced through and saw what looked to be a 65 or 66 Shelby GT350. And it's real funny how I have an eye for Mustangs and how I can just see them everywhere. And I said to my wife, I'm pretty sure that was a Shelby. The front bumper just looked like it had that open scoop in the bottom and everything. And she's like, how could you tell? And I said, well, I'm pretty sure that was a Shelby. Let's go back. And so we circled around. It was on a busy road, so it was actually kind of hard to go slow past it. And sure enough, I got a good look at it, and it had those Magnum-style thruster wheels. And I'm like, you know what? I think that's a Shelby. I'm going to go knock on the door. And so I parked the car around the corner. And I went and knocked on the door first because I didn't want to just go onto somebody's property and look at their stuff without asking. And nobody answered the door. And it sounded like there was somebody inside, but nobody answered. I knocked, and I didn't know whether they thought I was somebody else or not. But anyway, I could see the car sitting from over, from the door, from the porch area. So I waited. Nobody would come and stuff. So I decided to go ahead and take a look at it. And as I got closer, I noticed that it really did look like it was a Shelby GT350. The bumper was right, the wheels looked right. From what I could tell with the cover, it looked like it was a fastback. There was a possibility it was a coupe that somebody had tried to make look like a Shelby, but from what I could tell, it did look like a fastback. And as I got closer and looked on the other side, I could see the side pipes exiting out in front of the rear wheels, and the bumper did look right, and like I said, the wheels looked correct, but the way the cover was put on the car, it almost looked like they were staging it for somebody. And maybe it really is a correct Shelby, an authentic GT350, and they're trying to get as many people to come by and knock on the door and try to see how much money they can get out of the highest bidder, kind of a thing. But as I looked closer and closer, it did look correct. Now, I'm not an expert in Shelbys. I did meet Carroll Shelby when I was younger. He bought my grandpa's house in Bel Air, and he was really nice to me as a young kid, but that's all I know about Shelby, and I never pursued into the Shelby thing. I have my Terminator Cobras and my New Edge Mustang collection, but anyway, looking at this, I don't know if somebody who's more educated in this would know if the striping's correct. The wheels do look correct with the plate on them and everything, but I went back a couple times and they never answered, and I told the guy I know around here who's more into the older cars where the car was, and he said he'd give me a commission if he was able to buy the car, but I never heard back from him, and maybe he did find a way to get the car and just didn't tell me. But anyway, this is as close to a barn find as I've ever been to finding a Shelby, and it looks like it's legit. So leave in the comments below whether you think it is or not. I don't know whether I'm correct on this. It does look like they've made it to look like one if it isn't one. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and look at all the Mustang content I have. Thanks.